Before you even think about complaining about the title, look right here. As you can see from this recent thumbnail, I'm not the only one using that term. Rowe and Theo just did a podcast literally calling themselves white boys. But when I say boy, I don't mean an actual child. It just means person. It's an old school term, and I am an old guy. Anyway, take a look at this short list from the last couple of decades. It's some of the most visible mass shootings and school shootings. The white boys. Actually, there's an Asian guy on there too from Virginia Tech. And this is a list of a bunch of black boys and men who got shot or strangled or suffered some sort of death-causing police behavior. What's interesting about these lists is they're incomplete. The killers and victims list is in the hundreds. On the one hand, they're extremely dissimilar lists. They have no real correlation, except they are extremely similar because they're deaths by shootings mostly, and the deaths don't make any sense. For example, if a white criminal doing crime gets shot by police, that makes sense. If a black criminal doing crime gets shot by police, that makes sense. But for a white guy to shoot people he doesn't know, that doesn't make any sense. For police to shoot a black person who's not actually doing a crime, like sexually assaulting somebody or holding somebody at gunpoint, that doesn't make any sense. Both lists are shootings of people that don't make sense. But these lists do speak to a terrible and weird affectation this country suffers from. Who should get shot and who should not get shot, and which people are okay to shoot people and which ones aren't. By the way, I ask that you stop by my channel, look at the videos, go to my Buy Me a Coffee link because that's where PDF transcripts will be eventually, and lastly to check out the shirts on the website. I'll come back to that later, but I want to talk about this guy, Luigi Mangione. Let's take a step back to the last big killing, despite the fact that the current big killing is more famous right now. But we're not going to go down that Kirk rabbit hole today. We need to look at the bigger issue, the white boy issue. And don't worry, we'll get to the black boys. Luigi, at 26, accused of killing Brian Thompson, a 50-year-old man. So Mangione kills Thompson, no harm, no foul. The assassination was in December, but another guy gets killed, assassinated really, in September, and the whole country is supposed to publicly mourn. But the whole white world in this country was very happy and excited about Luigi. This is what I consider of a really destroyed and ruined country. And today there's so many false crocodile tears and condemnations of celebrations of Kirk deaths. Oh, the suffering. And not only are they telling everybody, don't you dare celebrate, but if you do, we will come for you. Look at Jimmy. They're letting you know you should live in fear of us. Despite the fact that they're saying he was killed for his words, they're saying if you use words, we will kill you or come for you in some way. And that is textbook hypocrisy, of course. But that's what this nation is built on. Hypocrisy is not a word on the website. You know what's really weird? Mangione and Thompson were the same. It's not like one was poor and one was rich, or one was raised without education, or they were different color, or they came from different countries. They had the same life path. How about that?